Please be seated. I'm a little, I think I might be a little lost today. Are there any kids in the house that might be able to come up and help me understand what's going on? Can you guys come up here and join me in a circle? You can bring your stuffy or your pet with you if you think that will work. Come on and just... Is that Ada or Ellie? Ellie? Good to see you. Ada, good to see you. You want to sit up here on the stairs? You want to make a little circle like cat? Oh, thank you. Come sit down, Beckett. I can't wait to say hello to that. Who is that? You want to sit down? You can just sit down. Just anywhere you want to. Right there's good. You don't need... I didn't bring anything either. I'm a little confused. Can somebody... I have a microphone here that is like a talking stick. So if you don't have this, then I would like you to just listen. But if you want to say something, because I'm going to ask a lot of questions, raise your hand and I'll hand you the microphone. Let me just turn it on. Testing. Can you test it for me?
Testing.
Very good. Excellent. So first of all, where are we? Are we at a dog park?
No.
No? Where are we?
We're at church.
We are at church. And there are a lot of animals here. Why are there so many animals here?
We're celebrating the feast of Francis someone.
Francis someone, yes. We're here to celebrate Francis of Assisi, St. Francis of Assisi. Now, first of all, we're at church, right? And does anyone know what kind of church we are? What kind of church is this?
We're a church where we're based on bringing lots of people together to make a community.
Yes, we are. Very good, Simone. You got that right. Right. That's very good. Anyone else want to share more about that? You want to pass the mic down? Go ahead. What kind of church are we?
We're at an Episcopal church.
We are an Episcopal church. Does anyone know what Episcopal means? Not you, Stephen.
We're basically like Christians.
We are basically like Christians. Yes, Episcopalians are one form of Christian. You got that right. So St. Francis was, do you know what a fan is? Anybody know what a fan is? I don't mean like a fan that blows air around a room, but like if you're a fan of someone or something. What is it? Can we get a mic over here? All right. You want to answer it for me? Go ahead.
Like a fan is somebody that really likes somebody else.
Yes. Are you a fan of anything specific yet?
Hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs. Okay. Anyone else a fan of somebody? What are you a fan of?
I'm a fan of the Warriors.
The Warriors. And the Warriors are a basketball team. What about you? Are you a fan of anything?
I like singers.
Singers. Any particular singer?
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. What about you? Are you a fan?
Yeah, I like biking.
Biking. You're a fan of biking. Cool. You can be a fan of a person or a musician, or you can be a fan of a sport, or you can be but you know what? Who was St. Francis a fan of, do you think? Who hasn't talked yet? Okay, go ahead.
Animals?
He was a fan of animals, but before even animals, he was really enthusiastic. He was super behind and supportive of somebody. Anybody got an idea? All right, Beckett, what? Who was Francis a fan of?
I'm a fan of all of us.
Yes, you have that right, absolutely. But I'm thinking of someone very specific that Francis was a fan of. Who hasn't? Allison, can you hand this to Allison? Go ahead, Allison. Who was Francis a fan of?
God.
He was a fan of God, absolutely. And also fan of somebody.
Jesus.
You got it, Beckett. Francis was so interested in Jesus. He was so fascinated with Jesus. When he was growing up, he grew up in a town called Assisi. Does anyone know where that is? It's in Italy. Has everybody been to Italy? Does anyone know if they have a little Italian in the... I'm a little Italian. Yeah. You don't know? Well, that's what you're here for. You're here to learn. You're here to learn we're all here to learn. We don't all know everything. I certainly don't. But Assisi is in Italy, and he grew up there, and it was a very, very interesting time to be there. It was like in around the year 1100, 1200, and there were knights all over the place. Do you know what a knight is? Knitgh? Where's my microphone? Can we have it back? It's behind you. Can you grab it? There we go. What's a knight?
Is someone that wears all gray.
Wears all gray. Yeah. They have swords, right? So Francis and well, in this era, I don't even think they had guns yet. They just had spears. Yeah.
And ninjas have swords.
Ninja has swords too. They do. Well, Francis he grew up and he thought, I'm gonna be a knight. But guess what? He found this. He got sick. He was in a battle, and while he was in the hospital, he started to have a different sense of what his life might be like. And then one day, after he got out of the hospital, he went to a broken down church, and there was a cross, and on the cross was an image of Jesus, and he heard a voice from God saying, "Look at my church. It's in shambles. Why don't you rebuild it?" So Francis felt called to rebuild the church. And so he started a whole different way of living. He gave away what he had, he left his family, and he started a new community, and people got very excited about what he was doing, and they started helping out. And you know what else? Why do you think he liked animals so much? What do you think? Go ahead, Marie. Or Helen, sorry.
He wanted to make a good change in the world and everybody to be happy, and he didn't want the animals to suffer.
That's true. He saw, I think, something special in animals. I bet you all see the same special thing in animals, which is that animals, do animals make a lot of money? No? Do they go to work every day? No. What do animals do?
Animals do things like they help do the earth. They don't give away trash or so on. They're basically helping the earth be a better place.
They do, yeah. Do you all who have pets, do they help you be a better human? Yeah.
I want to tell you something.
Okay.
One day I had a pet fish, then it died. That's the quiet time. We got a bluebird, then we died.
Oh, yeah, animals can teach us a lot about life. And when we lose them, we cry and we get sad. We feel sad for the animals when they're sick or when there's something going wrong in the environment and it makes them ill. It makes us sad too. But animals rely on each other, and they rely on us, and they help teach us that we're all part of one big community of creation. The animals remind us that we're dependent, reliant. Does anyone know what that word means, dependent? Are you dependent on your parents? Most of us, a little bit right now in our lives. Yeah, are you?
I can tell you something about dogs. Dogs start with wolves.
Dogs start with wolves. Yes, they do. Very good. Yeah. So animals help us remember that we are reliant or dependent on God. Just like your pet relies on you, we rely on God. And those animals can help us be better humans and love each other and care for people and be sensitive. What would you like to share?
There's some animals that help people walk, like rescue animals.
Exactly. Yeah, they do. They do all kinds of things like that. Absolutely. Go ahead.
There's also dogs who, when you're nervous, they make you calm.
They help you when you're feeling sad or anxious. Yeah, those are very important. Self-help. Yes, go ahead.
There are also seeing eye dogs.
There are seeing eye dogs, absolutely. So animals, Francis had a sense that animals, all of creation, the sun, the moon, the stars, all of that is part of God's creation, and all of it can teach us something about how to live, how to be fulfilled in life, how to have joy and hope and purpose if we just look and we notice and we pay attention. So St. Francis Day is all about us getting together in community and celebrating the gift of creation and the gift of God in community. Yeah, does anyone want to share who didn't get a chance yet? Go ahead. Well, you shared, but you can share some more. Go ahead, Simone.
Another thing dogs do is they help people when they're in the most need of help.
Yes, they do. They can there are rescue dogs that help firefighters. Yeah,
And there
help
are
people
also
who are in danger.
dogs that actually grab people out of the thing and drag them out of houses.
Yeah, you guys know so much about animals. I'm really impressed. Everybody give these folks a round of applause. So what we learned today was Francis of Assisi is from where? Does anyone remember?
Glenn.
Italy. Can anyone say that? Let's all say that. Where is Francis from?
Italy.
Italy. And that is where the Leaning Tower of Pisa is. You're right. Exactly. So, all right. So Francis was from Italy, and he was a fan of animals and Jesus. Yes. And what did Francis hear a voice tell him to do? Say that again loudly? Rebuild the church. And you know what Francis figured out probably towards the end of his life was it wasn't just about the building that he was supposed to rebuild, that old church, San Damiano. It was about rebuilding the spirit of the church, the spirit of community, of bringing people together and loving and cherishing creation. So you all did super today. Let's, everybody again, a round of applause for these great kids. Francis of Assisi. We're going to, I think, move on to the prayers of the people. And then we're going to bless animals. If you want to stay up here, we can just chill during the prayers of the people. Is that okay with you? All right, we're going to hang out here. And then, unless you want to go back to your seat, which you can do that too. All right. You're going to stay here? That's cool. Can you tell me about this guy? Is that a bee? Is it a bee? Yeah.
Standing together, please join me on page 8 as we profess our faith in the tradition of the Anglican Church. You, O God, are supreme and holy. You create our world and give us life. Your purpose overarches everything we do.